the new truck. You gotta love that. 1990 7.3 IDI F-350 custom with, tell me what you see when you look right here, other than a very low tire. Four-wheel drive. This truck, dually rear end. I actually don't know the gear ratio. I think it's going to be a 410 with the flatbed, 12 foot. With, you may not believe it, dump. Been looking for this truck as I do my other engine swap, which I have part 2 out. You'll see this probably before I have my part 3 for electronic switch over, the wiring harness for the 7.3 Power Stroke conversion. But I'm doing that because it's just a good engine. I think it's worth doing. But this is truly the truck I've been looking for, and that is, there they are. So I actually have those. I have the engine and transmission in the garage right now to bring over, but this is what we've been looking for this stuff. What are those? This came with the log. This is exactly what it was used for, being able to stack a few logs at a time and be able to crawl into the places that have them. It is common to find them in 2-wheel drive. Now, it would have been very rare to find it with a manual, but this was at least had the overdrive put in, but with the automatic, the PTO off the transfer case is easier. What is this? On? Off? I'm gonna have to dig into that. I haven't looked through everything, but the PTO runs there. I mean, that just screams 90s. I love that. It's a little weak. Look at those side mirrors. Sucking in nice hot engine bay air. Oh yeah, no, that I've got that. Got to bring it up. Naturally aspirated 7.3 IDI diesel. It's got these old little kid batteries on it, and you put a new alternator on it, and that is it. This truck was owned by the same person since 1994 up until last year, and then he wasn't able to. That looked like it hurt, my big boy. That looked like it hurt. Are you okay? I'm so sorry. Come here. I'm so sorry. Let me see those hands. Let me kiss them. Are you okay? I'm real sorry about that. You're a tough boy. Oh, that one too? You're a good boy. Now you be careful. Who's throwing rocks? You're not throwing rocks in my new truck, are you?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're just crawling under there? There's a lot of room. Don't hit your head. So this engine starts right up. It just hasn't been messed with. It's old, but same owner since 1994 doing the same thing, and just gives you some confidence. They primered it. I'm sure the oxidation of the old paint job was just ragged, but the floor pans are pretty gone underneath, but they're pretty nasty right there on that seam. But on the outside and the corners, solid. That's so awesome. Bed, kind of dirty, but man, a coat of oil-based Rust-Oleum will bring this back to life, man. Patch some holes, get all these lights working. Bottom lights work, not these back ones. And yeah, the PTO running the hydraulics here is works, but the hydraulic pump, the reservoir is empty, and so the dump doesn't work right now. So it comes with some oil seals. It's just the hoses are old, petrified, and so they just need to be replaced. But she ran pretty. It's interesting with these old IDIs. They can rev pretty well. They obviously don't have any turbo, and so they're dogs. They're gutless, but because of that, you can't, in their natural form from the factory, it's hard to break them. I mean, you can, but it's hard to, and they like to be ridden a little hard, and it's good for them in a way. They like a load, and it keeps them clean. And I experienced that firsthand today. I thought this was the most interesting part. You know, a blip of a throttle would cut it out when I was test driving it. And you know, I'd come to a stop and I let out the gas, and it stalled a couple times, and I just, in the back of my head, I was like, this has been sitting for, he didn't start it for 4 months until today. And is that what I said, or yesterday? And the drive up a couple mountains through good old West Virginia got her up to temp, let's just say that. And she was screaming at 2,800 RPMs, get up there, keep it 55 This is a low gearing, that sound. A low gearing truck with a good, oh man, I wonder how much you think that flatbed weighs, with a good little load on it already, just to move around town. So the first 30 miles, I could notice every hill, it was a little more power and a little more power. She's running better and better the longer we go. Last mountain, she's holding 60, 55 in overdrive. We'll get warm by the top. It'll stay in the normal, but the old IDI just needed cleaned out, needed to get up to temperature, and needed a few mountains to climb, and she was running smooth, and started right up. It'll be interesting. I'll start her up on a cold day here this next week. We got a 40-degree and 30-degree evening coming up, so it'll be really interesting to see what the glow plugs do here. We got a nice afternoon now, but cold start. We've had it for a day now. Nice. What do we have, buddy? Maybe a 40-degree, 39-degree evening. Yeah, she's cold. We'll have to get that figured out. The winter time might be tough on this old girl. Get the air out. Yeah. What do you think?